Here we go, day number 2 in Calgary. Just on my way to get a delicious breakfast around here. See some of the sights, go down to the Olympic Village, check out the Saddle Dome, and do all things Calgary. And here we go, Calgary skyline downtown, en route to get breakfast first thing here in the morning. Oh look, there's a Tim Hortons over there. Might even stop there for a quick coffee or something. And here we are in the Calgary Financial District, and bullish on your future, so to speak. This is 12th Street West, which is, I guess, the equivalent of their Wall Street or Bay Street in Toronto. And I found my breakfast place right here, OEB. I'm going to take it to go though. Tulips, breakfast amongst the tulips, downtown Calgary Financial District. Found a very nice little place called OEB for breakfast. Gourmet omelets, waffles, and I'm gonna dig in here very shortly. This is something I really like about Calgary. It reminds me a lot of Houston from the perspective of there's always a nice blend of old versus new. Look at that old fire station there. And then right behind it you get all the great big gleaming glass towers built by the banks, the insurance companies, and the oil companies. But they do a really good job on their historical preservation of their buildings. LRT. Just like Houston. Midday, Calgary, Stevens Avenue. Paddlers are getting busy. Looks like there's something going on down here. There's also a Comic-Con convention in town, thus all the weirdly dressed people. I think these are all supposed to be like some sort of Japanese cartoon characters or something. Maybe Korean.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, we got all the food trucks out here too. My day would have been rock and roll. Today it's Japanese Comic-Con. Japanese animation convention. There's Calgary Tower there, and there's the end of Stevens Avenue. Just entered a souvenir store here. See if we see some original Calgary stuff, like right there, rodeo hat. Calgary Tower tea mug. The usual stuff you see everywhere, pretty much. Cowboy hats, see stuff like that in Houston as well. Here's what you don't see in Houston, toques. How are you? Yeah, I just confirmed that all that stuff I saw across the road there, the convention centers for Japanese animation. If you're into that, I guess. Pictures of Canada. Also from a souvenir perspective, they got some native art stuff. Well, there's a nice skyline shot of the city. Heading down towards the Calgary Stampede area and the Saddle Dome. I sound like I'm out of breath. It's probably because of the smoke in the area for the wildfire. Here's another breakfast place here. Coffee breakfast. And here we got Cowboys Casino. Just stopped in there for a quick washroom break. Lost 20 bucks in all but 5 seconds. So buyer beware. But I did get some good local information from one of the friendly security guards inside there. And I'm at Stampede Park right now, home of the Calgary Stampede every July. And Saddle Dome right there. Quiet right now though. The only Cowboys I've seen are in the casino. And there is the skyline of Calgary, their very world famous skyline view with the Saddle Dome in front and the Calgary Tower off in the distance there. This is taken from Scotsman Hill, which is well worth the hike up here, let me tell you. And I can only think that maybe the reason why they call it Scotsman's Hill is because of all these luxurious homes behind us. Well, most of them anyways. Probably a couple $1 million a pop, I would think. Just leaving the Scotsman's Hill in search of a coffee shop that's supposed to be down here somewhere. It's the heat of the day, 1 o'clock. Definitely getting a little humid. Not too bad though. Probably, I'm going to say about 28, 30 Celsius with some humidity in the air as well. And going to find a coffee shop here shortly. Still somewhat hazy from the wildfires and so forth. They tell me normally the sky should be completely deep blue, and instead it has a kind of a haziness to it. Well, I found my little coffee shop called Russell Coffee Roasters. Only about 15 minutes or so from Scotsman's Hill. I got a dark roast coffee, water, and a pumpkin cheesecake, and that's about 12 bucks. Calgary is not a cheap place, I don't think, but nonetheless, you got to do what you got to do when you're traveling. Friday evening, about 6 o'clock or so, heading over to a place that was recommended to me by the waiter Jude at one of the bars there, one of the Irish pubs I went to for lunch, and that's called Princess Street. It's supposed to give a really stunning view looking back at the city and so forth. So be over there in a few minutes. And this seems to be happening little area right here called Eau Claire, right beside the Sheridan, and right beneath all the large sky rises of downtown Calgary. And I'm gonna cut across here shortly to Prince Street there. And just crossing over to Prince Island. Lots of green space here in Calgary. This is all part of the Bow River. And here's the little river cafe. I'm gonna go up here, have a late coffee or something. Check it out. I like that sign back there. A recipe with no soul has no soul. You must bring the soul. That's the Peace Bridge right there. Be crossing over there shortly to go to Kensington Island. Sorry, Kensington neighborhood. How nice is that? Classical music, ice cream, and sunsets. All on the Bow River. Just going to be heading over off Prince Island and taking the Peace Bridge back over to a place called Kensington, which is a pretty happening area apparently of Calgary. Lots of pubs, restaurants, so forth. 250 I read. And here's the Peace Bridge from the Kensington neighborhood side. Very nice. Here's another look at the Bow River with some of the skyline of Calgary behind it. Well, they love their cycling and jogging and scooters and everything else here. Yeah, not too disappointing. I was told this was a pretty trendy, cool little area. And yes, it is. Very, very cool. It's probably a pretty big student area right here for the University of Calgary. And likewise, universities. Usually you find that's where all the pubs collect, is in the university vicinities. Here's another cool place right here. Blanco. Wait in Espanol. Margaritas. Margarita Mondays. I'll try dinner right here, the Kensington pub. Korean short ribs with Kilkenny to wash it down. And leaving the Kensington area, kind of a crappy meal I had over there. Not very good service either, but you know, all that stuff's hit and miss all the time. Heading back to my hotel now. Big day tomorrow in Banff, Canmore, so forth.